Hey, it's Philip here, and in today's video, I'm talking about the second step in my digital marketing strategy framework, which is persona generation. If you missed the first step, which is talking about the situational analysis, you can catch the video and obviously a blog post around what this is up there on my website, philiptwyford.com. There is also a free resources download there around this as well, so definitely check that out. Now, persona generation is a very important step because obviously we're trying to get an understanding as to who is our ideal customer, what is their makeup, who are they, what's their demographic, and ultimately what are their pain points that potentially could lead them to choose our product. Now, certainly, just like the situation analysis, I would suggest to try and incorporate both a combination of AI methodology and also the traditional kind of human in the loop process, for want of a better word. Now, certainly starting off from your traditional approach to this, I would definitely say start with an interview with some of your top clients. And it's not just about, why do you work with us, but very much to get them to drill down as to when did they come to the realization that they potentially needed your product or service? Was there a particular situation? Maybe you offer tools that make presentation seamless and efficient. So maybe do they recall, well, I was in a presentation and suddenly the slide stopped working, or I was asked a question and I had no way to answer that based on the current tool that I had. So that's what led me to go out to the market and I came across your product, for example. So getting that understanding of potentially certain maybe unique selling points that maybe you haven't considered, and that talking with some of your customers and how they use it could be built in as pain point solutions that you can offer as part of your persona makeup. It would also be very important to look at your frontline intelligence. If you have a sales team, your customer service people, what sort of feedback can you draw out from them based on information that they're receiving that you could once again put into the building of this persona based on their needs, their wants, who are they, what is their core way of actually working that your business and your product could actually slot into nice and seamlessly. Definitely as well consider looking at some of the kind of operational kind of elements of your business. If you're using a tool like Hotjar, maybe there's elements from the research when that is linked to your website that are maybe kind of causing blockages, or you're finding people are spending certain time on certain pages. Is there something there that could be built into the persona of the needs and wants of your target audience? Looking at Reddit, forums, your social media channel feedback, Trustpilot, Glassdoor, all of this information where potentially you could be gleaning information that could allow you to build up a very concrete and detailed understanding as to your target audience, what they want, what they're looking for, and how you can best serve. Also, definitely setting up, a free service like Google Alerts, where you can get alerts on maybe specific product names or on your company name, can really yield some very interesting insights. And then obviously if you want to look at some paid tools, something like Mention, where you can obviously get actual online mentions around your brand and brand signals, could be very, very interesting. Now, certainly from the AI point of view, what you certainly could look at is something like an AI tool like Delve, which has a whole suite of tools from persona generation that you can kind of build, input kind of key details related to your website and your social channels, which you could find very, very useful. But also you could certainly consider starting to build your own customer persona tool within the Google AI Studio, for example. And certainly, as you can see here, here's an example of one that I very simply created. And you could build this in and make it as detailed as possible. You could start to build anonymized customer data around some key points and maybe create that as a CSV and upload that into your own persona tool. So certainly what I would suggest is that maybe look at some paid tools, but also get used to maybe starting to create your own tools that are bespoke for your organization. Now, the final thing I'll say in this is that this is not really a set and forget approach. Your market shifts, customer feedback, dips in potential website visitors, maybe some potential negative kind of pieces that are coming back, or new problems that clients are reporting back, that you need to be kind of looking at all the time to potentially put back into your persona tools and your persona research so that you're constantly evolving to meet the needs of your target audience and obviously shape how better you can maximize how your product solves those needs. So I hope you found this digital spark useful. As I mentioned, this will also be up with the situation analysis up on my website, philiptwyford.com, as well as all of the other digital sparks. And until next time, take care. I'll be back very soon with the third stage in the digital strategy framework.